get the money, honey, 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 get the money, honey. Hello, happy Tuesday. This is Christina L. Turner, and I got my bestie. Yes! Woo! Friend who's been my
Yeah.
friend since we were 9 years old.
Yeah,
I
girl.
was 9 years
Yeah,
old.
girl. Yeah,
From
girl.
the
Get your money.
LMC Enterprise Group.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tonya, introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, what you do.
Hey, y'all. My name is Tonya Gill. I am the CEO of the LCM Enterprise Group. I'm also the vice president for Geraldson, which is a trucking company. Stay tuned because Geraldson is getting ready to go platform, girl. We're getting ready to be a platform trucking company. It's going to make it easier for companies to get in touch with truck drivers, and they make the connection.
All
We're doing a lot of
right.
stuff right here in Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, you might hear a little bit of bark in the background. That is my dog. Bullet. His name is Bullet. He is a 4-month-old Shih Tzu, which is a 4-month-old baby.
Yeah, he
He
is.
wants my undivided attention all the time.
Yes, yes.
And with my children being grown, that's an adjustment.
I'm sure it is.
But I
'Cause
can do it.
that was brave of you to just go ahead and get another baby.
Yes. When my baby son is 29, what was I thinking?
I have no idea.
I pray a lot. Thank you, Jesus. So good to see you, girl, man. This is like so awesome.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you, girl.
Yeah.
Like when she first came on the video, you guys didn't see it. Like literally, I was bawling. I was like, ah, because here during COVID, we are having a hard time. We don't get to see our people. And I knew maybe twice a year we get to see each other, and I stay for a week or
normally you would have flown here by now.
I would have been
definitely would have flown here.
I'm the one that travels. I go see my people. But Ton, I'm so glad that you decided to be part of Christina L. Turner, Kingmaker, Get the Money, honey, and talk about entrepreneurship. And we talk real talk. This is my sounding board person. We normally don't. This is the first time that we've ever done a video together, actually. And so the thing is just trying to make sure that we don't lose our mind doing.
How about that?
And I literally said,
or wind up on charges.
Yeah. What?
Never had to call Buff to get me out. See, I made it. I made it, Jesus.
So we have literally just, this is what we do when we're not. We literally work on the phone together. She's working on her business. I'm working on my business. We have this kinetic energy that's together as well. We
It'd be dead silent.
Yes, it'd be
pull this
dead
up.
silent.
And she'd be like, pull this up while I'm pulling that up. And we'd be bouncing off each other like.
Yes. But I wanted to do this talk, and I know it's not like a real thing title or anything like that, but I definitely wanted to say entrepreneurship sucks.
Listen, so you think you want to be an entrepreneur? That needs to be my next book.
Yeah. Oh, so that would be a great. Y'all better not take that title. She probably already have it marketed down. So the ISBN number, you're not going to be able to get it. Okay. Because
so you just look for it.
We had to learn. We had to learn the hard way on putting our ideas out and making sure that they did not get taken, because both of us, we have literally been bamboozled, hook, winked, and line and sinker on people's
started over
ideas.
How many times? Stop, start, did life, start, keep going, plucking a little bit at a time. I know Marvin Wine say all the time, it's a cinch by the inch. It's just hard by the yard. And I promise you, it is an inch. An inch
don't even know.
An inch.
I don't even know if it's an inch. I
Even
mean, I
an
think it'd
inch,
be a little
right?
bit,
Exactly.
I think it's like a centimeter.
A
Okay.
centimeter, a millimeter.
Yeah.
I was taking a stab at it with the inch.
So while we're warming up, let's just talk about your business and what it is. Like, let's talk about like business structure, because of
Okay.
course people are going to come and look up your business.
Right.
We know that you have a new baby with the trunking company, and I think that is just like so phenomenal, because that's one thing that we know, that in this industry, that transportation, you're going to need that forever. You know, people are always going to need goods and services and medical equipment, whatever it is.
Right.
That transportation is key.
Gonna,
So can we rewind a little bit on, you know, how you decided to get into business and just the real nitty gritty? Because, you know, a lot of YouTubers, I see a lot of YouTube videos, and they are so awesome. Like I watch a lot, I'm subscribed to a lot of YouTube videos, but some of them we don't get a chance to like really talk about or come and talk to other entrepreneurs in the real nitty gritty, because even all the paperwork and everything that we have to get done, when you get all of that done, even if you have all the money for your business, you know, the real heart of it is almost like when you first bring that baby home, and then it looks cute for the first, you know, couple of weeks, whatever, and then the baby real self starts showing. You don't get no sleep, you're grinding and all that stuff. So, you know, if you can like talk a little, like what made you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Well, I first started, I used to just give away advice for free. You know, it was just a knack that I have. I was always a stickler to perfect my craft, whatever that was. I started out as a data entry clerk, working for Sarette temporary service in Buffalo.
Yes, Miss Sarette, we want to say hi to Miss Sarette.
I want her to know if she ever come across this, I made it.
Yes,
Miss Sarah Pittman was her name.
Yes,
and
because
she fired me and hired me so many times because she loved me as her daughter.
Right.
But I learned from Sarah Pittman that this is my baby, and I'm not going to let you or anybody else destroy it. So
I think because of you, that's how I ended up getting a job with her, because you told me to go see her. And I remember she and I having a long conversation and talking about being an entrepreneur, because she said, what are you doing here? You need to have your own business. You know, she was the first Black woman to have a temporary agency.
Hold on, because
she got to go get her baby, y'all. This is hilarious. Listen, I'm going to tell you about Sarette. Miss Pittman, she was such an integral part in my life. One of the things, it was like in the 90s, I had just came back to the United States. I had been living abroad for a certain period of time. And Tonya was working for her at that time, and she was like, oh, if you need a job, come to her because she's hiring. And when she met me, she actually, and you know, sometimes we do forget the people who empower us to be who we really, so we kind of forget like those first seedlings, you know, but she was the one. So now that the one that actually helped me to be motivated into becoming an entrepreneur. So now that Tom is back, taking care of her baby.
A week ago, I dropped an oil of oregano supplement. Vacuumed up, could not find it. I moved the sofa and everything. He just found it. But no, I'm telling you, the way he walked away like he never just eats stuff. He thoroughly chews it. So he has to get to his destination. So with the way he was walking, I could tell he had something in his mouth. It was that oil of oregano pill. And I was praying. I was like, Lord, don't let him get this pill. He's going to make him sick. So he's now on punishment. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch. So Sarah Pittman would say to me, she would come to my job. She would stop by because she owned a staffing agent. She would stop by. She was the first African American with one of the largest staffing companies, and she was so sharp. I didn't even know how. I know now she was like bad, and it was like the Lord really put in front of me the epitome of an African American woman that is in this industry. And she was sharp every time she would show up. And when she show up and find out I was late, she didn't care for what reason. She would be like, honey, I love you. And you know I love you, but I'm going to have to fire you because I can't afford for you to cause me to lose my people. I worked really hard for this. She explained to me what my problem was. You've got to get there on time. One time, me and Christine, I dyed her hair pink. It was a beautiful pink, like your blouse. And her mother fired both of us. We were both fired. She was like, you dyed her hair? How are you going to go to your job? You can't show up at work like that. You have to be presentable. So little did I know that she was putting into me the stamina of owning my own business and not caring the risks. You may not speak to me anymore, but this is my baby, and I'm not going to let you destroy it. And that was something she had really put in me. But what made me start, I just was like, somebody would ask me something and it would just roll off. And I was like, girl, you can make money doing this. Why won't you try doing it and let somebody pay you for it? Why won't you, but I didn't even get started getting paid for years. I was still giving away for free, forming my own company. But then that, in itself was teaching me. But what I do want people to know in the beginning, a lot of people say, I want to build this big conglomerate of business and be able to just walk away, and live my life and have this dream of vacation and family. But a real entrepreneur, you're going to have your hands on your babies.
You have to feed it, you have to burp it, you have to be the hand that rocks the cradle to your business. And one of the things that I had to learn, and I think for everyone that has ever participated helping me build my company, because Alsace is 27 years old now, and I went to Ton for everything. For should I do this? I mean, the websites. I can't even tell you how many websites that we've had, because of the fact I was always changing, trying to produce something new, because people get bored very easily, and you can be on top and then then something else do come, and then they're the flavor of the season or the day or the week or whatever. But it was really hard. I remember when I started working through, remember working with Assemblyman Arthur Eve at the New York City. That's what got me in it. And doing church events and stuff like that, and people was not paying you. I mean, he was the first person that literally, because I was on his payroll. But that's how I really launched. And then we had a mutual friend, and I did their wedding and transformed the room, did stuff that people had not even seen before. So and it was really I think now that during COVID-19, it's sometimes it makes you feel like you're starting all over again. Because of course the playing field, what people would say, well, the playing field has been leveled, because all of us, everybody went on a halt. everybody's, a lot of us stop, businesses certain, especially for the event planning sector. And
Right,
one of the things
right.
you have to do when we talk about business, like with you being in doing your consulting, you have to know how to leverage even the consulting aspect of your business, because now everything is not, how we schedule meetings and people you go to their office and or they
Right,
come to your
right.
office. So how has, like, with the consulting aspect of your business and everything, how has it been, a little bit different, because different than before? And I'm not talking about the clients that you already have. I'm talking about like even gaining new clients, because we even know too, some of the clients that we already have, they
Right,
don't have any money
right,
right
right,
now, you know?
right, right. It's been challenging, but the challenging part is not business. The challenging part now is convincing people that you have to stay relevant. Even though this is your niche, business consulting is my niche. However, I need to maintain relevant with my niche. And so, like Geraldson's, Anthony Tyler is the CEO. He wanted a trucking company. Okay, let's do trucking. But the relevancy is now you're gonna have to learn how to go online and have Geraldson trucking. So now we have to evaluate ahead of time platforms that offer that service, like an Uber platform, but for companies and truckers. So now you need to really have somebody in your corner. So what LCM did, we changed our slogan. Our slogan now is your business is our business. So if I mind your business, that's how I'm minding your business. Minding your business, that's my business. Because I'm now for event planning, I'm online. What's relevant? What's the next new thing for event planning? Always watching the news, always surfing the internet, always on the, you know me. I will spend days just on the computer. I'll be like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I have built intranets. I have built internet radio stations, internet television stations. All of that stuff I've already done. But now we are in that era where that's the way it's going. Ain't nobody going to the radio station. Now you need online internet. Guess who you can call? Me. Because I've already done it. I've done internet TV. I've done internet radio. I've all of this stuff with the computer. Where if you look at being a preacher, we look at a cartoon and it become a sermon. So I would always relate movies and things like that to everyday life. Like, when is that going to happen? And one of the movies I would watch over and over was RoboCop. Stuff like RoboCop, or remember when Sylvester Stallone was the officer and they wound up freezing him? And see, that's the age, that's where we're headed. We're really headed toward that era. So if you watch that, then if I'm already here, it's almost like really I go into the future. That's what we're doing. And literally that is where we're headed. We're headed, whereas we're no longer touching now. Now everything has to be, via the internet. Okay, I worked at Chrysler. I would always be the one to volunteer my team to go to all of the little workshops and car shows and all that kind of stuff. But guess what I have? I have in my possession one of the original things you put on your face. What is it called?
Those virtual
those virtual things. I have a cardboard one from when they were concepts, where they put it on your face and you put the cell phone in, because they were trying to get the concept and figure out how people could see and react. You sit in this chair and all of this stuff is happening and they will watch your reaction. So now that's where we're going. Like,
that's
literally,
where we are.
We are. Literally, because now if you see them now, they're for sale.
And they're using them for gaming. They're literally they have them for gaming, and they are incredibly
absolutely. But if remember in what's the movie with Sylvester Stallone? Remember that's how he would maintain contact with his son that died. Right. So in a minute, this is our virtual reality. This is how we will communicate. We will have relations that way.
I don't know.
To use that word.
I could do that.
That's the only place I can use that word. They have relations, that they will meet people and all of that kind of stuff. Right. But you need someone because most entrepreneurs have tunnel visions. They have a one-track mind. Okay, like Mr. Tyler, he wants a trucking company. All that extra stuff, that's why I got you. Because he wants a trucking company. Geraldson's trucking. That's what he see. And that's how most entrepreneurs, because they don't have the time, and I'm noticing that with myself. Even if you send me a long email, don't send me no long, get to the point. $5,000 due. Okay, I can get that. But don't send me 10 paragraphs. I'm not reading it. I'm going to pick out the pieces and keep going, which is the mentality of most entrepreneurs. I just happen to have that talent, that gifting to be able to stop and say, okay, what is this? And what is this? What does this mean? Oh, how did I end up here? Oh, well, what is this? Let's click on that right there. And then know how, based on my clientele, then I take and disperse it. Oh, that's entertainment. LSAs would need that. Oh, that's trucking. Geraldson's need that. Oh, that's LCM consulting. We would need that, because as I go, I'm always learning. You really, really have to have someone on your team that is willing to do nothing but always learn and be able to come back to the table and say, this is what they're doing today. And then as a CEO, so let me ask you though, learning how things are going, especially with LSAs, and the tax, Christina Tax, Turner Tax Services. How are you adjusting to the change? Because as an entrepreneur, we tend to build. Now the stuff has changed. I can't use that. What?
Right. And that's a good question to ask me. So with LSAs, what I did, I had to go back and dig in my box. Because remember when I first started and we were talking about the legalities of LSAs and making sure that we had everything together, and the vision that I had when I first started, it's not that I put it away. It was like, was kind of like not necessary because we were doing it like this and whatever. Right. Now I had to go back in my box and go, oh, remember when you created that app? Remember you did that, right?
So you pull it out and
if
brush all the dust off of that.
Remember you created that app.
Yeah.
I have done, and I created a masterclass specifically for people who are already in the event planning industry. So I created a master class. So right now what we're going to, because I'm thinking I'm going to be teaching this class and people are going to be in front of me and I'll be able to crack my little corny jokes and all this other stuff. And that's not going to happen. So now the class have to even though it was for to be online, but I kept trying, I kept waiting. It's not going to happen. So if I keep waiting, I'm not going to make the revenue that I'm supposed to make. So with this thing about leveraging, so me pulling out my my app, pulling out, really working on the master class and not just in print form. Now we got to put it, we got to put audio to it. Now we got to have that marketed. And then too, when I was, I did a pitch for Comcast. I did a pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did a pitch for $10 or $5,000, whatever one, if they're going to award me. I'm hoping that they do. One of the things I said is, my staff has always consisted of interns and temps, because I learned that through our girl, the owner of Sarette Temporary Agency, that you hire temps because it lowers your overhead, your cost overhead.
Exactly.
And so, and you can, and sometimes temps is temps to hire, they end up becoming full-time, whatever. But my interns did all of the work that I did not do. I never did social media. Like, I would post certain things, but when I hired someone that was an intern, that intern would work on my social media platforms. They had all the logins, they would do all the blogging, they would do all of this stuff. So I could really focus on building the business. So during this COVID time now, like you said, like, okay, I wrote this masterclass over a year and a half ago.
And hold on, let me just put a pin in it. Put the camera on me.
Yeah.
Y'all need to check out that masterclass. It is the bomb. When I say I almost started doing event planning, and I know I'm not good at none of that stuff, but that masterclass.
Yeah.
Go to her website and look at that masterclass. You need to do that masterclass.
Yeah, I need, because I had it on Eventbrite, and then
my God,
I didn't have enough people signing up for it. So a young lady called me and she says, I would love to do your masterclass. And I'm trying to think, do I just want to do one-on-one? But I'm really good at one-on-one. And it's my bad, because I really didn't, because I've been focusing on some other stuff, with the Dubai thing and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'll come back. And then two, now it's like, okay, I want to do my bridal open house, because now we got this beautiful edifice and to do all of that stuff like that. But now I'm thinking, okay, how are we going to do it? So I've been paying attention. I literally have been studying how people have been doing, like the Soul Train Awards was virtual.
Right.
Everything
is virtual.
Everything is virtual.
So what you will need, let me give you this. You might want to write this down. If you're going to do, no, really, you might want to write this down. If you're going to do a one-on-one or anything like that, you definitely want to make sure you have a site moderator.
Oh, that's what I need.
A site moderator.
Yeah, I need that so bad, Tom.
Definitely.
I need that so bad. That's why I don't do, like having lives and stuff like that. One, other than that, I'm technologically handicapped in some areas. I don't get it right. Like, I've always tried to fiddle-faddle with something. And but a site moderator.
A site moderator to monitor your site, but you need somebody. Fervor, you may be able to find it on Fervor. Somebody that you want someone, and you want to search for, that is what they do. When I did my app, I didn't look for somebody to just design apps. I wanted to talk to somebody. This is what you do. This is what you, in your sleep, this is what you do. I am a business consultant. I was a business consultant before LCM was birthed. I would wake up out of my sleep. All you need is 3 of those and file that paperwork and go back to sleep, because that is what advising people and making sure you have the facts is what I do. That's my job. Even working, my full-time job, I work at GM. And I'm a fleet coordinator. I make sure those dealers have the correct information to get those deals done. So
see, you're a workaholic. You're a workaholic. You're working a full-time job.
I'm working a full-time job.
So, and people be saying to me, and this is another thing too, and I want to say this to some entrepreneurs out there that have more than one vision for their life and for their business structure. You cannot have too many businesses. When people talk about multiple streams of income, they're not just talking about multiple streams of income in regard to having so many jobs. It's businesses, it's also stocks and investments, but literally also businesses. And sometimes people say, oh, just focus on one thing and get this one thing. Well, we had it right. You know, like I said, I have a business that's been 27 years old, that went through the ebbs and flows, that you know, that I tripped over, I tripped over a lot, and to say to those, this is the thing. It's almost like when you having a child. You know, when you have a child, you want to have multiple children. You don't start, you don't, technically they say don't have another child until you get that one out of diapers and they can feed themselves. And that's how it is when you create in business. If you want to be, I'm a business creator. I can create, I write 501c3s. I do community development for churches. I built over 5 churches, and they're mega churches right now that through my planning ministries and other people businesses, like I can crank out a business in my sleep. Now, as far as the intricate part of like the strategies and stuff, that is not my forte. That's why I have consultants that are around me. That's why, you know, you want to have someone that, when you talk about team, because that was one of the things that you said, Tom, is that, you know, make sure you have a good team, but you have to know that the team that you have, you want the people on your team that can do what you cannot do. Not so much on the aspect, but you want to know something about it just in case somebody just want to slip off. You want to have some type of idea. Like I learned how to build websites. I learned how to build, every website I have had, the ones I have for C Turner Tax Service, for Alsace, for ChristinaLTurner.com, I built every last of those websites, and I've been doing it over 20, since what? Wix been around since like what, 20 something years. So as soon as Wix came out, I have been partner up with them all that time, and I have built all my websites. You definitely do not want to feel like you are an overachiever, because sometimes people can make you feel like, oh, you just doing too much. People have said that to me. Oh my God, what are you doing? And I'm only mentioning like 2 businesses that you know that I'm mentioning right now.
You already know. You already know me, because I work for you. I wish at times people could literally see my workspace through the day. Like I have my work laptop, because I work for General Motors. That is stuff that I can't have. I can't have personal stuff on that. So I have a work laptop. I have another laptop. I have 2 desk screens, 2 screens, a desktop, and I'm literally every day here. Stop bullying. Here, bullying. You know. So when the end of the day, I'm like, I've been trying to figure out, why am I so tired? Like, really?
Right. You're playing, and I call it playing the piano. You know that, because you know, because I got 2 laptops and a smaller laptop. I travel with my laptops. You know, I got like this Tetra, this big cube that has all these files on it and everything, because I have blown so many laptops because I'm constantly working on it.
You have an iPhone, right? Apple?
I have 3 phones.
Guess what I have?
Oh, I'm so mad and hating. Oh, you make me so sick. You're seeing best friend envy right now. That is dope. I'm gonna have to get that.
Okay.
Oh,
it has 2 screens. So I'm on here.
Oh my gosh.
Or my emails on here.
See, I need that. I need that in my life.
So like literally, I am walking around doing 2 different things. So if I need to respond to an email, the email is here and I'm on the phone over here. I'm not sounding crazy like I don't know what the world I'm talking about. Like, hold on a minute, let me find the email. No, this is the Think Thin. It's 2 screens, girl. I know you're iPhone, but this is Android, and this. I wanted to find out first if you were Android, but if you are anybody that is, anyone that is an entrepreneur or business minded, You know, you really want to invest in stuff where you can do business at any time.
At any
I have
time.
anytime. I have a mini notebook. Somebody can put it in my purse. I got this right here. I keep everything on Evernote. Evernote is a great software where you keep notes, and I sync it, which means it syncs to the cloud. And if I don't have my phone or laptop, all I gotta do is log in at the library. Got my stuff. You know, it really keeps everything up in the cloud. But it's being an entrepreneur pretty much have to be your life.
Yes.
And when you are an entrepreneur, I think I shared this with you before. The scripture says to write the vision and make it plain so that those that read it can run with it. But you have to make sure you are surrounding yourself with runners. And that's sometimes we make the mistake of incorporating all of these visionaries writing visions. And now we are at odds because I want you to run for me. I ain't trying to run for you. I got my own vision. You tripping. You know, so we're surrounded by visionaries. That's not who you need.
Right.
You are to write the vision and a runner know what to do when they read it. I'm a runner. I'm a visionary, but I'm a runner. That's why I'm a consultant. And when you say something to me, I'm going to take your vision. And there's nothing more you have to say. One of the key signs, if you have a runner or visionary, when you say something, they don't try and change what you say.
Mm-hmm.
You say to them, I'm trying to do a master class.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm on your team, I'm not going to say, well, why don't you do a master class with 5 different? No. Because now you're talking to a visionary. And maybe the visionary may not even know they're a visionary. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you have to know who you surround yourself around, and it saves relationships. Yeah, I'll say to you, okay, I was almost called you my above.
Go ahead, girl. That's all right. You don't have to call me that.
Nobody can call her that, but I do call her Buff. I'm sorry. But I will say to Christina, I'm trying to do trade. I think you were doing trade lines. Remember? And I said, I want to incorporate trade lines on my website. I wasn't a runner at that point. I was a visionary. Mm-hmm. So now you were writing your vision and I was writing mine. But then I became a runner because you were trying to figure out how to do it full time. And I was like, why can't we just become trade line brokers? See, a runner always will go back and come back with a solution.
Right.
That's a runner. Right. If you tell your vision to somebody and they're trying to change it, that's a visionary.
That's true.
A runner will come back with okay, we can do it just like this right here. And you'll be like, that's beautiful. You know, I think a lot of times I had to learn who people were. I had to learn to identify people that were in my life and in my circle and not be ashamed to label them and give them those boundaries. Mm-hmm. We want to take people that are close to us and hold them all in together. This my friend, and we've been together forever. Okay, but I'm trying to open up this business right here. And really, I need to figure out where you at in this. If either you're a runner, you're a visionary, or maybe you're just a supporter. But you have to make sure you have those components in place. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a lot of fallouts. Am I telling? Listen,
girl, honey, welcome to the ministry of block and delete.
Oh my goodness, you will have so many challenges trying to incorporate those that have been there.
That's right. And the thing is, and so I'm hoping that, you entrepreneurs that have been watching so far, that this is some really, really good advice for you, because it is not an easy walk in the park. And we see it on Instagram, people, you know, with their products and their product line. I mean, because even we're still working on our product line. We're still working on, you know, our other business that we're working on. And we want to make sure that when we launch out that that is perfect, you know, because that's just me. But even you see everyone else getting ahead. You see everyone, seem like everyone is jumping ahead of you. Like, oh my gosh, I wanted to do that, or I want to have a consulting business, or I want to be a life coach, or I want to do this. And then someone else will come along, and then all of a sudden, you know, it just seems like you cannot worry about, you have to literally have blinders on, like a racehorse. And not having tunnel vision is something that you have mentioned before, how being an entrepreneur that you have tunnel vision, not on the aspect of having tunnel vision, but on the fact that you are focused on your goal. What is the end goal for you and for your business? And you are, and as Tonya was explaining, you do have to have a runner. Because I know that I'm a visionary. I'm a visionary because I can write, like she can consult in her sleep. I can write businesses. I can create businesses in my sleep. Now, it would be, once we create the business, okay, you hand it over to the consultant. The consultant says, okay, this is how we're going to do it, because here is the plan. Okay. And then let's go this way and that way. So, and then let's talk about too, Ton, about the finances, because I know a lot of entrepreneurs, when you're starting a business, you have zero, and it depends on where you come from. It really does. You have zero to no dollars, or you have minimum amount of money to invest. And we're going to say, I'm not going to use the word pay, because anytime that we use the word pay, it actually put a negative connotation to what it is that you want to do in regard to your business. So one of the things I want to say, when you invest in your business, so let's talk about that money factor, because that's one of the things that a lot of some entrepreneurs are having issues with, is the money factor on doing certain businesses.
Well, I go back to that saying Pastor Winans would say, it's a cinch by the inch, but it's hard by the yard. And I say that because I worked at Chrysler as an incident manager, and I gave myself a goal for my business. And I said, after a certain period, I had no idea Chrysler was going to go through its change, but I had given myself a time frame. During that time frame of me working, I was always buying something. I was getting little stuff. I became a government business, working full time, because those things cost. So you have to pay for this, pay for a license. You need business cards. It is so many small, things. So financially, when you first start, don't look to have all of the money and then start. It's okay not to have the money. You know what I'm saying? Get to work and work on your business. Have that goal, like you mentioned earlier, have that goal and that focus. I worked, saved up money, launched LCM, and then remember, as you know, went through some changes. I wound up having to go back to work. I was not ashamed to have to go back to work, because I know my vision cost. What I'm trying to do, I literally spend money every single day. Every single day. I have phone lines I have to pay for. $5 here, $20 here, $10 here, $19.99 over here. Not to mention, everyday life. And so I was okay with knowing, okay, I gotta get another job. I had an office. And we were doing well. But when change comes, don't allow pride to kill your dream. Because change will come and pride will say, you're supposed to be the CEO. You got to make this work. Well, I'm making it work. I'm about to go down here and fill out this paper for General Motors and let them pay me so that I can take care of what I need to take care of. I'm going to close my office. I can't afford this office. An entrepreneur walks the humblest road because I can't afford the office no more. Yes, it's all glass. My first office was all glass in the heart of downtown Detroit. I moved out of there so fast. I was like, because I couldn't afford it. I was no longer working at Chrysler. I wasn't making $89,000 a year. So I don't have it. I have to move out. People that were coming to see me, my clients, parking was $20 a walk, because downtown don't have no free parking. They out there with them flags like, girl, right here, $19.99. And that was the normal rate. During the games and stuff, it would go up. So if I had clients come see me, that's an extra. If I got 5 clients, that's $100 extra that day in parking alone. And it makes no sense, you know. So be humble. Even when you start it and it is a success, that's the one hit wonders, is because they're not humble. And when life happens, as does all of us, you don't know how to handle it. Like, I'm supposed to be big time. My family call me big time. I ain't big time no more. You know, I don't mind telling you in a minute, I'm about to go home. I'm going home. I'm moving, can't afford it. You know, and if you have that concept, that's half the battle. It's half the battle, because now you have fought all of those mental challenges you will have as to how am I going to have to make this work, instead of focusing on your vision and on your dream. I can't have focus on LCM Group because I'm trying to figure out, how am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to pay for people to come see me? How am I going to get, you know, that's too much. Cancel it. Start again in a year. We're doing more. When we call it at Chrysler, we're upgrading.
We're upgrading. And that's interesting that you say that about being humble. I had got a call from one of my friends that I work with him in Miami. And he called me. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing, shortstop? You know, are you being flexible like the palm tree?" Like, he just asked me that. Like, are you being flexible like the palm tree? Because the wind is blowing, girl.
The wind is blowing. Yes.
And I said, "Yeah, I'm bending with the wind. I'm bending with the wind." I literally said, because we always do it. I'm bending. My palm tree may be a little bit little, but I'm bending with the wind.
The Chihuahua. Itty bitty dog, but she bending with the wind. I'm sorry, y'all. We just include y'all some of our history.
So the thing is, you know, bending with the wind, and you're absolutely right. You know, I think too, it is now becoming the norm to have a home-based business. Because before, people would say, "You ain't got no business, you work at home." You know,
work at home?
You work at home. How you have a business? Because everybody used to think that a business, you had to be in a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
You had to have, you know.
Well, at what point, depending on how you deal with or what kind of clients or consumers you're addressing, yes, that used to be how it was, remember? But now we're there has been change. Now there's change
has come.
Because I know, you know, at GM, you know, security is through the roof. But now we're working from home, and that security is just as through that laptop. If you don't have GM, that laptop, you might have throw it outside. It ain't no good. They got it all, you know, secured enough to still be able to maintain business from home. Because we've changed. We changed.
And so I would like to say to you know, the audience out there is that you are going to have to change, and it
Yeah.
is going to suck
Yeah.
sometimes, and you are going to cry. You are going to cry when, you know, your business have been fluent with
Yep.
finances, and then
Yep.
something like this happen, and all you're trying to do is you just want to stay above water, and you don't want to close your
Yep.
business. I'm a little bit tough, you know. I roll with it because I've had a little bit more experience, a little bit,
Yeah.
you know, a longer time, and I know about being lean, and I know how to make adjustments and how to bend in the wind.
Hmm.
Um, if you have to close, then go ahead and close. But
Yeah.
I also would say take a look at your business like
Yeah.
we did, you know, with
Yeah.
all, even with C. Turner Tax Services. When C. Turner Tax Services came out, we were just doing taxes. We
Yeah.
had a niche that we were working with,
Yeah.
which was based only pilots and flight attendants. That was our thing. And then once we started saying that this really wasn't as as lucrative as we wanted to be. We wasn't being able to really help people one on one. I
Right.
started expanding with all the services that we offer at C Turner Services. So
Hmm.
we also have a business consulting component,
Hmm.
and I have
Hmm.
partners like, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
LMC. You know, I'll send them over to them or send them
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
to Sarette Management. If you know, so that you can get all that you
Yeah.
need. I write 501c3s, you know,
Mm.
create nonprofits.
Yeah.
There was a one of the guys, I think his name is Lesko, and you know Lesko. Remember the man, the older white guy? He had the white hair. He used to wear, like, it looked like he used to have on like the Batman and Robin, the Joker uniforms. Remember, he used to come on late at night at TV, and he used to have like a really really thick book about get your free grants here. You can get free
Oh
money.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay. Well, he is still alive, like for real. Like that's, you could tell I'd be doing research. He is still alive, and he posted a
Is
video
he?
today. He posted a video today where he was talking about how people can create their 501c3s. And he said he don't understand why people charge 5,000. Well, I charge 5,000 for a 501c3, and it's not
Hmm.
for the aspect of the form, because yeah, you could do a 1023 form
Right.
and pay $245 for the 1023 form. But where's your program?
Right.
Where is the nonprofit portion of it so you can get grants? Because
Right.
when you're applying for grants, you have to have a plan. That's what the 501c3 packet, the nonprofit packet is. I'm the one who create that for you so that you
Hmm.
can get them 100,000, them $1 million
Yeah.
grants
Yeah.
and stuff like that, because you'll have it in there. So that's what you're paying for. You're paying for more than just the application. And so I literally have put that under there, that you're paying for more than just the application,
Hmm.
because you have to, if you have a vision, and the 1023 is only for people who's not going to make any more than 50,000 a year. But if you're trying to create a community to help your community, why would you want to just give $50,000? If the
Right.
50,000 is only going to pay for a couple of salaries, it's really not going to really seed into the the energy and seed into what the program really needs. You need an edifice to do certain things. Do you need, you may need towels if you're having a women's shelter and stuff like that, instead of begging
Hmm.
for money. You
Hmm.
need to have different things. So there wasn't really a pitch, but what I'm saying is that there's certain things that you're going to need for your business, and you can't allow anyone to minimize. I think that's the word that I want to use. That why would somebody pay, you know, $450 for a custom jewelry piece?
Right.
And yet you got wrapped
Right.
around your neck. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
That costs a lot of money. Well, you add value to it. It's the word custom.
Yeah.
So don't don't shrek your vision and
Yeah.
have people to minimize it when you are really wanting to offer a great product. Whatever your price is, that is, you know, your price. If you're
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
custom work, it's, you know, I think I said it in a couple of my other videos where I talked about sweat equity. You know,
Hmm.
it takes a lot to plan an event. It takes a
Hmm.
lot, believe it or not. It doesn't matter. It may not take a lot for some people to like when you're consulting with someone, you could probably get that whatever that running plan within 5 minutes. Well, because you've been doing it for so long. You
Exactly.
cannot put a value on
Exactly.
my tenure of
Right.
developing my skill. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
again, again, the price has nothing to do with this. It has more to do with the consumer than the person offering the service. And what I mean by that is, I remember when you first started, I'll say we used to have a back and forth, because I would be like, why are you charging so much? You know, how come this costs this and why does this cost that? Well, it prompted me to evaluate pricing for services. And as you know, not long ago, I just bought me a truck. Well, when I was looking for my truck, there were certain prices I was not going to look at. So for a Range Rover, which is what I bought, I was looking for a certain price range, not for what I could afford. Because I am in the automotive industry, I understand if I'm going to get that Range Rover HSE for that amount, something is wrong with it. So I don't want it. Now, I am a consumer looking for a product, but there's certain amount I'm not going to go down to.
Right.
So if you're complaining about how high my price is, then you are not my customer.
Can I hold on 1 second? This hold on 1 second. I think I have a math. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Here goes my nerve. Yeah, right here.
Yes.
You cannot.
You see?
You cannot afford.
You cannot. And you don't, and as an entrepreneur, you don't feel bad because people are having a problem with your price, because you have to understand the consumer. There's nothing wrong with your product. You are trying to reach a certain level of consumers. And when I was looking and in the market, I knew I wanted to pay cash money for my truck. I knew I was saving up. I was banking, saving up. But I knew when I finished paying for my truck, I wanted to pull off with my title in hand and have a piece of something. So you're not going to come sell me a used HSE for $3,000. You may have one on your lot. But something's wrong with that truck, and that's the way people think. Your product, you're reaching for, you're advertising in a certain arena. Your pricing is not matching the arena you're advertising. So people think something is wrong with your product. So now you have got to come up. Some people, they own the internet, click and come across you and your pricing. Oh my God, that's so much for you. I hope you find another product right in your price range. But for me, the consumers that I'm trying to draw, that I want them to know there's nothing wrong with what I'm offering. They're getting ready to get full service, top of the line. And they will know that when they're looking. It's like, okay, I need this. Even when my app developer, when I was looking for my app developer on Fervor, there were people that would do my app for $5. I don't want you to do my app.
Right.
I want you to do my app for $5.
Right.
I'm sure there's some apps that you could do for $5.
Right.
But my app, I don't want you to do my app for $5. So I didn't even look at those. You understand the concept. You have to understand the entrepreneurs. Everybody that's watching this, you have to understand the concept of your buyer. That's the person purchasing and looking for your service. They're going to skip you by if you are $19.99. And they're going to happily look in the area starting at $39.99 and up. And you $20 thinking you're giving a deal, but you're really shortchanging yourself. So it's more than the product you're offering and the service you're offering. It's the consumer you're trying to attract.
That's right. And don't sell something that you cannot provide.
Deliver. Absolutely.
Please don't do that.
Absolutely.
I have seen so many people. If that's not something that you can do, do not do it. It's
Yeah.
okay to outsource what you cannot do to another vendor. And that's where that being humble, because people are like, oh yeah, yes, we buy our cards and stuff cash. That was one of the things I had told her that she needs to do. Listen, you don't need no card, no. You save your money and get what you want. Okay, no car note, and she did it. I was so proud of her.
I
But
was
the
like,
thing
no
is,
car note. What is this?
she was like, no car note. I was like, listen, it's gonna deliver your life. It's gonna deliver your life. Because we are always so consumed about how other people are looking at us, and how we portray to other people. Like, my YouTube channel, nobody can do it the way that I do it. I'm not going to have I'm a certain way at certain times when it is necessary. No, I'm not a hood chick. I'm not ghetto or anything like that. But I like to have fun, especially when I'm doing collaborations like this. I like to have fun and good energy and things like that. So that's what I'm saying when it comes to your business. You don't want to be so serious about your business that you don't get to enjoy.
Right.
You don't get to enjoy the process.
Absolutely.
Labor is a hard thing. When you're an entrepreneur, when you're building, you are in labor. You are working to push that thing out. You're working to make sure that you do not miscarry, because you want to be able to take that thing to full term. And full term means you want to go past the 3 years or the 5 years, because most businesses close within the first 5 years. Because you know why they close? It's not just only because of the money, it's because you lost hope. So this is what I'm gonna say, and we're probably gonna wind up, because I think we've been on here for quite some time. But one of the things
I'm gonna
we gotta do a part two. Okay, we're gonna see. She wanna come back. She want to come back. So one of the things I want to say, and I'm gonna allow Tonya to give her final words, but I'll give my final words. But one of the things I want to say is, if you decided that if you were having a business before and you totally eliminated it, like you just you know what, I can't do this. I don't have the support system. I don't have the money, because there's money out there. There's plenty of, hear me. Plenty of money. You have to have your stuff. This is why I have this YouTube channel, to teach you the basics and making sure you have the foundation on building your business, because there's plenty of money. There's so many different ways that you can do your business. It does not have to be the traditional way. You go into federal contracts. I didn't know. And because of my research, because I'm teaching certain things like the SAM number and the DUNS number, I did not know. Okay, hear me what I'm telling you, that LSAs can get government contracts. Like for real, $100,000, $2 million contract. So whatever your business is, and I'm just saying this, pull it back out. Let's reevaluate it. I'll look over your business structure and your plans for free. Like, I'll look over it. Now, I'm not going to restructurize it. You're not going to get any free consultation, maybe about 20 minutes of strategy search. But really, I want you to come bring it back. Let's take another look. Okay. Tom, what do you have to say?
Well, first I wanted to add, I don't know if you are aware of it or not, but that's one of the things that LCM added, and that was making businesses and small businesses taking on that task and making them government companies. So we offer that as a service now. Yes, we make that a service now. Geraldson has become the trucking company, but he is a government business now, which means for things like FEMA, trucking, stuff like that, he qualified now for, so that it really is something that we are now offering for companies. Get in there, get in the deep end, Stop playing around in the shallow waters. Everybody is on the sand, getting their feet. Go out into the deep. Now is that time. And that's really what I want to say. Now is the time for the small business owner. Right now is the time. It's not the time for you to open up and start selling earrings. It's the time for you to get your paperwork in that system. Get your DUNS number, get your SAMs, become a government building that sell earrings. Put a pause on selling the lipstick. And get a government, get your SAMs, make yourself a nonprofit organization, do some funding, it's just so much out here that I think that now is the perfect time for you to do that. You don't have the support, you got yourself. You know your dream. You know what you want to do. You go to work and you approve of it yourself. You pray about it, ask God to help you and get it done. And you will be surprised as you truck, you'll start the aura, we call it. You'll start attracting like people to you. You'll be sitting at the lunch table talking, oh, for real? Oh, I got my business too. So just because you don't have the money, there are ways, there's so much out here than what it was when me and Christina started. It's so much out here. You don't need no business phone number. Get your Google phone. Have that bad boy mapped to your cell phone. When they call you, thank you for calling LCM. They don't know they don't know it's Google. They have no clue. Get you a virtual office. They take your mail for you and will sort your mail. They don't need to know you work from home. You could still be at a corporation. It's so many different ways, and you have people like Christina and like myself that you can look up, and we will walk you through it. Now, what we won't do is do it for you. Now, if I tell you to do something and you call me and ain't did what I told you to do, what am I gonna do, Christina?
We cut you off.
Cut you off. Because I'm working both hands and both feet. I'm gonna give you what to do. Take it and grab it. I'm not gonna remind you. She's not gonna remind you, because when it's your vision and it's your baby, don't nobody have to remind you. Don't have to chase you down. You gonna get that done and be like, oh my God, that works. What next? Look what I added. Don't nobody have to make you. But there are people like myself and like Christina that will help you along the way. All you have to do, I really kind of I'm working on, actually, Christina, and I know we can wrap it up, but I'm working on a collaboration, like a seminar via Zoom, and I really want to call it That Part, because that part, we keep forgetting that part. How am I supposed to, everybody complain about my prices? That part.
Right.
And so I really want to do the collaboration of, different ones where we will come together and be a hub for people to be able to chime in and ask questions, of any kind of business question. How do you get started? Where do I go? Give us out, where you will be able to give out resources and things like that. So
that sounds like the Kingmakers Millionaire Group to me, girl.
Oh, you got a millionaires group? I ain't got my card in the mail yet.
I didn't know you wasn't part of the King. Oh, I thought I had added you to the group.
See, you see what happens when people become, and they get to the point where they're just famous, they forget about you. Oh, I thought I added you, girl. No.
Yeah, I thought I added you to the Kingmaker Millionaire Group.
Oh, you better add me,
because that's exactly what we do. It's a collection.
Then I won't have to do it. Great.
It's already. And then the thing is, with the Kingmaker Millionaires Group, is for people to be set up with a consultant that they can work. And we have different plans. You can either do it, you can book for 3 months, you can book for 6 months. Go on to ChristinaLTurner.com.
Do you have a card?
I do have a card.
No, ma'am. Do you have the plastic card? I want a Kingmaker card.
Do you want
membership card?
I'll
I want a
get the card.
Kingmaker membership card. Let's do it. I want to be the first one with one.
Okay, listen,
because you can have those made. I know where you can have those made.
Okay, so we got to talk about this because I have the black card elite. With the outside.
I want a Kingmaker card, please. Thank you. My membership, please.
Yes, you can have a membership. And so that would be one of the things. So you guys, listen, I am so happy.
Thank you. Before you finish, Buff, thank you so much for having me. Thank you everybody that listened to me. I really don't take it lightly when God allows people to hear my voice. Like literally, that is like so major. So Christina is the bomb. All the stuff she's doing is really like the bomb. So she really could have anybody on this show she wanted, but she chose Lulu. I'm so thankful. Thank you so much. Listen, if you have any questions, call me 1-800-988-9117. That's it.
Okay. And what's your website?
Don't just call me.
Okay. All right.
Call me, or just
do the number again. I didn't get
it. 1-800-988-9117, or go to Google, download the app, the LCM group. Yeah.
And it is when she showed me the app, I was so excited. So I want to tell you, you can reach me at Christina, Christina, L for the middle initial, Turner.com, www.ChristinaLTurner.com. If you want any type of consulting service, Tonya is part of the Kingmakers Millionaire Group. I got to send her card. And I have to send my other. I also want to do a shout out to one of my really, really good friends. We did a video with him before, Nolan Davis. Thank you so much for, telling, leading me, say, this is what you should continue to do, whatever, bring all your other people on and stuff like that. I think that was a fantastic idea. I always tell people, thank you. I never take all the credit to myself. Yeah. And I personally want to thank you too, Ton. I feel like I'm ready to cry because you have been with me since we sat on that front row on the pew at church. She has
at Holy Temple Church of God in Christ on the corner of Clinton and what? William.
So, and I'm telling you, I did not want to be her friend, and she has stayed with me.
Listen, she stayed with me because neither one of us easy to deal with. We both are a hot mess.
Yes, we are.
But we sisters.
But we are sisters.
Don't mess with my sister.
So she's going to be coming back. Now, if there's any other entrepreneurs out there and you want to be part of this platform, just sit and you can talk about your business. I'm going to get some younger people out here. The next collaboration I'm going to do is going to be a young lady, and I'll talk about it when she's ready. But anyway, I want to say thank you so much for being part of the Christina L. Turner Kingmaker. Get the money, honey. Get the money, honey. Get the money, honey. Bye. See you next Tuesday. I don't know why I think I got a touch computer. See, that's what I'm talking about. I work on too many laptops.